Drew, show that big old bag of crap goal piece of garbage. Why am I wearing a Nashville Predators jersey? Solidarity. Hey there, Steve Dangle here, back with another edition of Steve's Dangits, or rather, Dangits Classic, where we look at some of the worst misplays from throughout NHL history. And for our next one, for today's episode, we don't have to go back very far. And I like providing historical context for everything, and there is some for this one, and there are some details that you might have missed. But this, dang it, to me, needs the least amount of help out of all the videos that we've done so far in this quarantine. It's so bad. I looked up some other words. It is befuddling, to get all parental about it. It is unacceptable. The infamous Matt Duchene offside goal. Let's relive it, shall we? Drew, show that big old bag of crap goal piece of garbage.
Shot off the glove of Varlamov. It popped up in the air. Duchene on it. Trying to clear. Comes across the zone. Chased down by Klein. Nashville defenseman. Hooks the puck around the boards, but waiting on the near side with it is Parento. Trying to launch that up ice, and Duchene takes it. He's in. He shoots. He scores! What a play! What a play. Now Nashville is screaming that this should not count. Does it, Peter?
Michael, that it was so far offside, it's unbelievable. But the linesman, I believe, got screened. They're going to ask. I mean, when you see it, everybody in the building stopped.
Yeah.
Everybody stopped. Everybody, including Duchene. I mean, this puck was just chipped up. You're going to see the puck comes down. I mean, the puck literally follows Duchene into the zone. And here's another look at it. Now watch, you're going to see Duchene. Like, there's no way around it. It's just one of those. But Duchene, give him credit.
You ever sit through an offside review where they review down to the micromillimeter and you go, why are we doing this? Why do we have this? This is why. This play right here. In this one play, you see A, why there are offside reviews today, and B, why today's offside reviews are so far away from what they are meant to be. So let's talk about this night. It is February 18th, 2013, over 7 years ago, in the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. Despite the fact that it's February, we're only about a month into the season. Ah, yes, that's right. It was the lockout-shortened 2012-2013 season, even though there was never a single game played in 2012 that season. Now, Colorado-Nashville is a great game these days, but back then, both of them had more losses than wins. But because it's near the beginning of the season, it's actually a big game. They both need the points badly. Less than 4 minutes into the game, Aaron Polishai scores to make it 1-0 Colorado, and before the 10-minute mark on the power play, Tyson Barrie, back when he was on the Colorado Avalanche, put the Avs up 2-0. On a power play of their own, Nashville's Sergei Kostitsyn would score to make it 2-1, just a 1-goal deficit for Nashville heading into the second period. Pretty normal game so far. And then it jumped the shark. Well, it jumped 2 Predators and the blue line and then hit Matt Duchene's stick. Second period, Nashville tries to ring the puck around the end boards in Colorado's zone, but it goes awry and P.A. Parento collects it for Colorado. Matt Duchene cheating a little bit, heading up the ice, and P.A. Parento sees him, so he lobs that puck up. Now, while the puck is on its way, a couple of the Predators go, uh-oh, and they race back. It was Craig Smith and Scott Hannon. The puck hits at least one of them, changes direction a little bit, maybe even slows down a little bit, and it's just trickling behind Matt Duchene. And Matt Duchene realizes, I'm going way too fast, and he essentially stops skating. But he knows, there's no time here unless I completely stop on a dime. He barely even, look at his foot. He barely even does the I'm trying to stay on side stretch with his foot because he knows he is so incredibly very offside. And that is when something magical happened, boys and girls, or rather, didn't happen. And shout out to scoutingtherefs.com for having the info on who this linesman was. Veteran linesman Derek Amell just said, yep, you're good. But despite all that, I don't even know if the Predators are looking at Amell's decision, the sign that he's making, because Duchene is so far offside. Everyone stops playing. Except Duchene. And Duchene goes, yoink? And he just takes it for a little walk. Predators goalie Chris Mason's looking at him like, what are you still doing here? And Duchene scores I don't know, it's a pretty nice goal if you grade on the curve of the goalie thought the play was dead because it should have been, because it was a mile outside. The goal goes in, Duchene barely celebrates because he knows, and Barry Trotz, the coach of the Predators at the time, loses his brain. Now, how do you screw this up? Look at it, just look at it. A lot of this video is gonna be look at it. Look at it. If you're just looking at Duchene, the line, and the puck, there's no way. There's no way. It's way offside. All the way very offside. On this play, Matt Duchene and the puck were social distancing before it was even the thing to do. The only defense is maybe the Predators put the puck into their own end. If there's an attacker in your zone and someone passes it directly to them, obviously that's offside. However, if you throw it back into your own zone for some unknown reason, guess what? You done goofed. So, okay, yeah, maybe. And that would exactly be the case. We would be talking about this for no good reason. It would be a dang it on the Nashville Predators for essentially passing the puck straight to Matt Duchene, except that's not what they did. The Predators did not possess the puck. If they had it, possessed it, and passed it into their own zone, you got it, you goofed. But they just kind of haphazardly batted the thing, which does not count. Which is my way of paraphrasing and screaming what Kerry Fraser is quoted as saying on scoutingtherefs.com. He was a little more articulate. Yelling's kind of my thing. And we all know he knows about missed calls! Are we gonna do that one? Are we eventually, right? Yeah, we have to. No one's there. I've just been in this room for a month and I'm losing it. So, the goal is offside. There it is. It's very offside. Here's where it gets even more important though, and this is a weird butterfly effect. This goal gives the Colorado Avalanche a 3-1 lead in the game, but it's still relatively early in the second. Mike Fisher answers for the Predators 3-2. Ooh. Chuck Kovacic scores for the Avalanche 4-2. Aw. Colin Wilson scores for the Predators, ironically he would later end up on the Avalanche, to make it 4-3. Ooh. Paul Stastny scored, Jamie McGinn scored, it's now 6-3 Colorado. Ah. But before the end of the second period, this was a rather high event second period, Jonathan Blum scores his first of the season for the Preds within 2. Before the end of the third, over a minute to go in the third, Shea Weber makes it 6-5. What? Unfortunately for the Preds, the Avalanche end up winning 6-5 in regulation. Now what does that all matter? What are you gonna tell me that they made the playoffs? You told me that they sucked that year. They did, but playoffs are on the top and what's on the bottom? The draft. Colorado finished with the second worst record in the NHL, gaining just 39 points in the standings in 48 games. Florida was the last place team with 36. The Avalanche go on to win the draft lottery and therefore the opportunity to select Nathan MacKinnon. Now, that offside goal did not give the Avalanche MacKinnon. Florida was too far back. The second worst team in the NHL won the draft lottery that year. It wouldn't have been Florida without this game, so you can throw that away. But consider this. The Nashville Predators finished 27th in the NHL that season with 41 points. Carolina and Colorado both had 42. In an alternate universe, what happens if this goal is called offside as it should have been? What happens if instead of going down 2 when Mike Fisher scores, it's to tie the game? What happens if instead of a 6-5 victory, this game is 5-5 going into overtime? And what if Nashville wins? They take their 2 points, add it to their total of 41, they get 43, and leapfrog both Carolina and Calgary in the standings, both with 42. This changes everything for the 2013 draft, and there are some huge names implicated. Yes, Nashville got screwed. They got shafted by that offside goal, but the loss allowed them to finish 4th last in the NHL, giving them the opportunity to select who. Nathan MacKinnon goes 1st overall to the Colorado Avalanche, Alexander Barkov goes 2nd to the Florida Panthers, Jonathan Drouin goes 3rd to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and Seth Jones goes 4th overall to the Nashville Predators. Not a bad pick at all. Some scouts had him going 1st. 5th overall, the Carolina Hurricanes select Elias Lindholm, and 6th overall, the Calgary Flames select Sean Monahan. How different do these teams look if Nashville picks 6th instead of 4th? Both Carolina and Calgary chose to go with forwards at 5th and 6th overall, but if Seth Jones was available, what do? And now, through this flurry of events, Lindholm and Monahan are actually teammates on Calgary. Carolina got the right-handed shot defenseman anyway by trading Lindholm for Dougie Hamilton. And Nashville didn't even keep Seth Jones. They traded him to Columbus for Ryan Johansson. If Matt Duchene's offside goal was actually called offside, is Seth Jones a member of the Carolina Hurricanes right now? If Matt Duchene's offside goal that was actually offside doesn't count, is Seth Jones a member of the Calgary Flames right now? And before you get all excited about that, remember that Elias Lindholm and Sean Monahan may not be. If that happens, we will never, ever know. And sure enough, because the hockey gods are so cruel, offside reviews become a thing, and a few years later, Nashville makes it to the Stanley Cup final, and early on, guess what happens?
Back to Subban, moving in and shooting one. He scores! Nashville strikes first.
You're challenging that the play was offside. Yep. Okay. They're going to be 100%. Yeah. Okay. They are going to be 100%. Great. Okay? Yep. Okay. As long as they're right.
Oh, here we go again. Just as you get excited for playoff hockey, Stanley Cup final, first goal, and you got to wait.
After video review, it was determined that the play was offside, therefore
Most unusual playoff games you'll ever watch. Pittsburgh comes out on top. Somehow, Pittsburgh has a 1-0 lead.
The team that this infamous offside goal happened against gets screwed by it on the biggest stage of them all. And of course, Pittsburgh would go on to win the Stanley Cup in 2016. I'm not saying that no goal is the reason for it, but it couldn't have felt good. And of course, where does Matt Duchene play now? Nashville. What was that presentation like? Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Matt Duchene. Boo! Now, maybe that's picking on Matt Duchene. He was just doing the right thing. Just play until the whistle, and there wasn't one. He didn't make the call, or rather the non-call. It was Derek Amell, the linesman. But don't dump on him either. Although he solely wears this dang it crown. Derek Amell is one of the most experienced linesmen in the entire NHL. He's one of the few ones who are 50 years of age or older. He has been in over 1,400 regular season games and over 200 playoff games. Once again, stick tap to scoutingtherefs.com for that. Also from them, and more than worthy of mention, Amell's NHL debut as a linesman was in 1997. The Nashville Predators' first game in the NHL, 1998. So when it comes to the National Hockey League, Amell has been around longer than the Nashville Predators. People make mistakes, which is why we implemented the review, right? Except offside reviews are now centimeters, millimeters, cuticles, whereas this was about a kilometer offside. Plays like this dang it, were supposed to be prevented from offside reviews, not down to the You shouldn't need a microscope for it. But this play, and the butterfly effect that came after it, oof, that's a dang it. So that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment down below. Let us know if you have a dang it's idea. We have a few of our own. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. I mean, play to the whistle, I guess. Matt Duchene did nothing wrong, is what I'm trying to say. But